Hi everyone, today we're going to look at how to use arrays in Java. So to get started, I have an example here. In this example, I have declared 10 different variables. They're all integers, 10 different integer variables. And here I assign values to each variable from 0 to 9. And then I just print out each of those variables. So if I run this, basically I'm just printing out the values of those variables, which is from 0 to 9. Now, I can do the same thing using arrays. Instead of declaring 10 different variables, I'm going to use one single array to handle the same problem. So I'm just going to copy this code down to here. And here we're going to print the value. Print the values using an array. It's going to be very similar to up there. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, so I copy it from here. I'm going to separate the code so we can see clearly. So I'm going to leave the code up there so we can compare the difference between using an array and using the 10 different variables. Here I'm going to declare, whoa, didn't want to do that. I want to declare an integer that contains the number of elements in the array. And I want to set it equal to 10 because in my example up here I have 10 different variables, so I want 10 different elements in the array. And now I'm going to declare the array, which is an integer array. I'm going to name it A, so the name of the array is A, which is equal to new integer. And here I'm going to specify the number of elements, which is just the variable num elements, which has the value of 10. That's why we put up here. So this array is going to have 10 elements. It's going to go from A0, which is the first element, then A1, all the way up to A8 and A9, which is going to be the last element of this array. Assigning the values to the array, instead of doing each individual one, you need like a whole bunch of statements to assign individual values. You can do it this way too, like you can do A0 equals 0, A1 equals to 1. That would work, but that would take a lot of effort to do. Let me correct this. So that's how you would do it. A0 equals 0, A1 equals 1. But that would take a lot of effort, a lot of work to do. You can do it simply by having a for loop here. Integer I equals to 0, I less than the length of the array, so you just use the array name dot and pick length here. I++. And for each one of those iterations, you're just gonna put the array A element I equals to the value of I. Alright, so that's how you assign the value to each element of the array. This is gonna go from 0 to less than the length of the array. The length of the array is 10, so it's gonna go from 0 to 9, which is what we wanted. It's the same as the example up there where we used 10 different variables. And to print them out, you could print them out doing this way, printing each array element, and that also would take a lot of work to do. Or you can have a for loop down here as well. So I'm gonna bring this one down here, and I'm just gonna change this to I. So for each iteration of this for loop, I equals 0 is gonna print A0, I equals 1 is gonna print A1, all the way up to I equals to 9 is gonna print A9. Let's give it a try. And there you have it. So the top part here is the output from using 10 different variables. The bottom part here is the output from using the array, just one single array of 10 elements. The name of the array is A, and then you use the for loop to load those elements in the array, and then you use the for loop again to print out the values of those elements. And that's how you use arrays in Java. For a full-length version of this lesson, you can visit our website here. And this is just an introduction to arrays. So we're going to come back and we're going to explore arrays in more details later. Thank you, everyone.